Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Mufasa Lion King prequel, cash grab.
The Lion King 2.0.2.
-1.
Because it's the Lion King all over again.
You should not redo. Lion King 0.000. You should not redo. That's what we're going to call this one.
Okay.
Yeah, so the director is responding to online criticism already. This movie is several months away, and then we're going to talk about how Disney is hiding the comments already. Of course they are. Of course they are.
Yeah, the hiding the comments thing. That one, that's funny. When people were at the story from Mr. Milo on Pirates and Princesses, yeah, I guess they went out and talked to the director, and he's trying to deflect, and people are like, no.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, because I think this movie is a massive disaster incoming. I do not expect it to be anywhere near as good as the original animated Lion King, because and this isn't Jon Favreau, right? This is a different director.
Barry Jenkins.
Yeah, so is Favreau involved in this one at all?
I have no idea.
Who knows?
I don't pay enough attention because I don't give a crap.
I don't give a crap either. And that's the takeaway that I got from most of the comments that they turned off, was that most people don't give a crap.
They're tired of these live action takes on all this stuff. I mean, not to be fair, it's supposedly a new movie, even though it seems like it's just a rehash of The Lion King. I don't think it's going to do anywhere near what the first one, live action version Lion King, did.
No. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so hat tip to Mr. Milo on Pirates and Princesses. Barry Jenkins. Yeah, I didn't even catch that it was a different director at first with this one, because I know Jon Favreau did the last one, and he got that one because he did The Jungle Book, which was an anomaly. Like, The Jungle Book is still probably the best of the live action movies.
Well, to be fair, I didn't watch the Lion King live action CGI movie because I already watched the animated one, and I know it's not going to be better. And everybody kept saying these are soulless.
Yeah.
And I don't really care.
Well, you can see it. You can see it especially in The Lion King, because the original drawings had such life, and somebody did a side-by-side comparison. Actually, I think multiple people did on YouTube, and you could see the original scene, which was vibrant and lively, compared to the quote-unquote live-action scene, which just looked like a bunch of animals from like a dog food commercial or something, kind of going through the motions.
One cat commercial, was it the cat litter commercial where it's supposed to be singing in the bar?
Yeah.
It's like, a Star is Born type thing, and it's like, wow, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the like to dislike ratio here, but much of the criticism, according to Mr. Milo, stems from the continued pushback of Disney's conveyor belt of remakes.
I agree.
Yeah. The Little Mermaid was the most downvoted film trailer in history. Oh, just wait for Snow White. Just wait for Snow White. Even if by some miracle the movie looks passable, it's going to get downvoted just because of all the drama surrounding it. Guarantee it. Now, Mufasa director Barry Jenkins, known for Moonlight, oh boy, I knew the name sounded familiar, has taken to social media and responded to some of the trailer critics. After reposting the video on his personal account, a user replied with, "Barry, you're too good and talented for Iger's soulless machine."
Agreed. Agreed that's a soulless machine.
There's nothing soulless about The Lion King.
You're right. The original.
For decades, children have sat in theaters all over the world, experienced collective grief for the first time, engaging Shakespeare for the first time. That's actually true. Across aisles and myriad languages, a most potent vessel for communal empathy.
Agreed. The Lion King, the original animated one, was.
You're correct. There's nothing soulless about the original Lion King, says Daniel Daughtry. These live action remakes are another story.
Agreed. Agree with you, Daniel.
The original is a classic, but that's the old Walt Disney Company. Yeah, there is a definite change. I don't know exactly when the change happened, but it's like they flipped a switch and it went from being the Walt Disney Company to Disco.
Well, the live action remake thing, that came from that one guy that got gone recently. I forget his name off the top of my head. But he's the one that was behind the whole thing. Remember we did an article.
Oh, they fired him, yeah.
Last year about, he's stepping down for other endeavors that he never mentions. There was a whole big spread on him last year, and we did a whole video talking about how it was a joke, but he was behind most of it. And with the beginning, when they did some of the ones they did, like Alice in Wonderland and Cinderella and Maleficent and stuff, they were different enough that people were still interested and they did well. Even Beauty and the Beast did okay, and some of the other ones. But people eventually are like, why do we keep having to remake every Disney animated classic ever? And the ones of late, then they started like race swapping and doing, it's just they're play for play the same thing, or they make too many changes. Like Peter Pan is Peter Pan and Wendy now, and it's all about Wendy and stuff. And people, they don't care. And I don't think it's anything to do with racism or sexism or anything. They're just like, why can't we just have new things instead of just more CGI or live action remakes? And yes, this movie is supposed to be something new. And had it been something new, people might be interested. But it looks like it's Lion King all over again.
Yeah, it just looks like they took bits and pieces of Lion King 1.5 and 2, and then created this backstory for Mufasa, which looks like it's going to contradict the canon of the.
Yeah, people were very mad about that.
That Mufasa isn't actually a Lion King. He's basically an orphan that becomes king, which could explain why Scar's so pissed off. But again, that
it contradicts the first one. They're talking about, their ancestors and they come from kings and all that. That just contradicts it.
Anybody can be a king.
Yes, this is what it is. It's Broom Boy. It's Broom Boy 2.0.
Exactly. That's very current year Disney. That is a very current, like it's problematic to have royalty. It's problematic to have special powers or anything. Everybody has to have access to the power. Everybody has to have access to the privilege. That is a very current year thing.
To be fair, I think Bob Iger started out as a weatherman. So
well, there, see,
that.
He had to drop the other weatherman off a cliff.
Yeah, that's
to
right.
get that job.
Through a stampede of people. On the Black Friday.
Black Friday.
They call it Bloody Black Friday.
You sold out. There's nothing wrong with taking a paycheck, but at least be honest about it. There's nothing soulless about the original Lion King. The CGI crapshoot, on the other hand, Barry, be serious.
Yeah, I mean, people are pointing it out, and it's true. It's like, look, they do come across as being, like you said, like they're saying soulless compared to the original animated film, and which is funny because the original one are cartoons, and these ones are also animated, but they look more realistic, and you lose something when you do that. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it does not work. So let's go back out here and see where we're at. We're at 109,000 upvotes to 245,000 downvotes, and I can't tell you what the comments are because they've been turned off.
Disney turned the comments off.
So that's you.
That tells me everything.
Yeah, they look. Now they're marking it as for kids, but it was the top trending video on YouTube that day. If they wanted it to be for kids, they would have marked it for kids before they put it out there. Right. The movie's going to be PG-13.
They marketed it for kids after it got downvoted and people started calling it out. Before that, they left the comments up for a couple days, or at least a day. They didn't mark it for kids until after they didn't get the reaction they wanted. Then suddenly, it's kind of like with Kathleen Kennedy.
Yep.
We're gonna shut the comments down. Was that for kids too?
Well, here's the original trailer. That still has they have the comments turned off on that one too. I wonder if people are going out there. I wonder if people are going out there and leaving comments on the original trailer
because they turned the comments on the other one off.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
What a bunch of cowards.
But it looks bad. I think a lot of this stuff was in development before they got rid of that guy. I think same with Snow White. I think it's too far gone.
Well, I think they're still doing some of the other ones like Hercules and stuff like that. And it's like, honestly, I mean, Hercules, it wasn't as popular at the time, so maybe I can see I give you that one maybe if it did Atlantis or something like that. But it's getting old and people are over it. Just stop doing it. You stop losing money, then stop doing these stupid things.
Yeah, they definitely need to course correct, but I think they're in the same place with the live action movies that they were in with the direct to video sequels. They had a couple that were okay. The Aladdin movies were okay. Lion King 2, like I said, was okay. And then we got to Cinderella 3, where they introduced time travel and they undo the first movie and they leave it that way.
They did.
They just left it that way. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
They did. I'm sorry. I was in Baby Simba, and all I keep thinking of was the one time we were on the safari.
Oh yeah, don't dangle.
Yeah,
your
somebody was holding their kid out over the vehicle, like holding them at their waist, letting them hang out over, and the driver stopped the car and told them to stop dangling their kid out like baby Simba.
Stop dangling your kid like baby Simba. So there we go, guys. Lion King. Thou shalt not redo, or whatever the hell we're gonna call it. But I think we need to stop. I think after Snow White, I have a feeling that if this bombs and Snow White bombs, I think that those movies in development might quietly go away.
Well, I already think that I'm hearing some of the other ones that they were talking about doing. People are saying they haven't heard updates about it. That doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. It just means right now that it's on hiatus.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Some of them they'll probably still push through depending on who's attached to it. But they really need to just stop. People don't want it. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know how much money you have to lose till you catch on that people think it sucks and they don't want it anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where Disney's at after these next couple of movies. Gonna wrap it up?
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.